You can. Actually, you can. Enjoy life again, just like when you were a child. And I know that may seem like a bold claim, so I'm going to tell you today how that works. But first, I need something from you. I need your most valuable resource, your attention, and also your time. So I want to first thank you for being here, and then also ask you to maybe stick around if you want to know the answers. I'm going to try to make this brief. I'm going to try to make this helpful and informative, but I want to make this very low stimulating. Like there's nothing going on. It's just me and you and the camera. Okay? You've held me hostage here too. I don't want you to feel that way, that you're being held hostage. But yeah, today let's talk about how you could possibly become someone who is having fun again like when you were a child. The number one answer for that, I'm going to give you it right off the bat, so you're not waiting, is curiosity. Now, the more depthful answer comes, well, how do you get curious? How do you separate your attention from your attention destruction device long enough to actually enjoy the thing you're doing, to enjoy the moment you're in? And the answer to that question is it's boring, really. Um, you have to detach or distract yourself with something better. At least that's what I think works best. There's a few ways you can do that. I've been working on an app for the last like 9 months to help people do that. But a very, very simple way is to read a book or go for a walk. Two of the most common things you've heard people do right there. And they help a lot to rewire your attention to be able to focus on something long enough to enjoy it like when you were a kid again. And what the thing is you're going to be enjoying is going to be curiosity. So, if you're still here with me, first, you're doing great. Okay. Thank you for being here. You have taken control of your attention by this point, and you're still here. So, thank you. You're doing great. Okay. I know this video is not the most entertaining thing to watch, but if your brain's straining a bit and you're like kind of like uncomfortable, it's probably a good sign. If what I'm saying is not making any sense, maybe it's half my fault. Maybe it's also because this isn't something that is just feeding you instant dopamine hits. Um, but yes, feeling like a kid again, enjoying life in that level. It's a very, very nostalgic thing for most of us. We don't really think we could get there. It's just impossible, right? Like, we have bills to pay, we have things to do, we have to work, all these things. And most adults around me, even, not all of them, but a lot of adults have seemingly kind of caved into this idea that you can't be like a child anymore with that sense of wonder and spark in your eyes, that curiosity for something that maybe has no other motive other than you're interested in it. Maybe it doesn't bring you money. Maybe it doesn't bring you love. Maybe it just brings you some peace in the moment. And that is what we're searching for. Because all the greatest things in the world have come from this sense of curiosity. They haven't really come from elsewhere. They've come from people being curious about things and wanting to learn more, so they do learn more. Because learning is a straining process. If you're not curious about something and you want to learn it, it's going to be very, very, very difficult. Not just to learn it, but to stick with learning it. So, how do you, now that you've detached yourself from some of the quick hits of dopamine by going for a walk or reading or meditating, after you've done that, how do you become the person who gets curious? Well, you could skip those first steps and try to get curious on something, but usually it's pretty hard. Usually, um, just getting curious by asking questions or looking around yourself and wondering how things works doesn't work as well when you're still kind of attached to what's my phone saying? What am I missing out on? And that's not your fault. It's really not your fault. Technology is getting better. It's keeping you on there more. The incentives are aligned against you, against your weaknesses. But your weaknesses are also your strengths because they're what makes you human. That's what my friend Josh told me, and he's absolutely right. The things that make you human, no artificial intelligence is going to be that. Okay, your flaws are there, and they're probably not going to be recreated as flawfully using an artificial intelligence model. Kind of get off track. Sorry. Okay. How do you get curious? It's an old age question. I could probably answer it in 10 different ways, but I think the best way is to allow yourself to be bored. And now you're asking me, how do you allow yourself to be bored? Well, that's different for everybody, but it is, again, doing simple things, realizing that you're in control, realizing that you can change what you pay attention to, and then paying attention to new things, or maybe old things you haven't to in a while. Taking it slower, not overstimulating yourself with Twitter right now when you're scrolling and watching this video at the same time. Letting your brain catch up to all the information coming in. You got like 70 million newspapers worth of information coming in a year, and you can only read like 2 a day. What's up with that, right? So you have to slow it down. And I know that that is hard if you're coming from a place where you feel stuck. If you're endlessly scrolling, what do you do? Well, the first step is to do something simple that feels like a win, that feels like progress. Whatever. Make your bed, make half your bed. Get up a bit earlier. Um, Go outside for 2 minutes, right? Anything that feels like a win, do those little things. And soon enough, you will be less overstimulated, less feeling of angst, like you're missing out on something. Once you realize that you don't really miss out on that much. If you turn off your phone for a day, you don't miss out on that much. If you turn off your phone for a week, you don't miss out on anything, really. What you're missing out on most, and realizing this, is the world around you when you're constantly overstimulated, which is not actually, it's actually kind of the worst thing to miss out on, being there in the moment. If you're there in the moment, it's almost impossible not to enjoy the moment, which is way easier said than done. But, and I know this video has been going on for a while. I'm just ranting at this point, and I really appreciate you still being here. To get back to that place of childlike wonder, it is always through curiosity. And I want you to know that you can regain that curiosity. If you feel like you've lost your spark, your enthusiasm for the world, you can regain that. It's going to take a lot of small steps. You're going to get off track. You're going to have to readjust course a few times, probably, maybe a lot of times. And that's okay, but because you are in control. You can make a change. You can enact a new plot for your life whenever you want, and you can get back on track if you get off track as many times as you would like. So, if you want to get curious, find something you're interested in. Now, the best way to do that, I don't really know what the best way is. Maybe the best way is to intentionally go to the internet, and if you have a question, just ask it. But this doesn't really work for me all the time. Maybe the best place is to start with your own problems in life and try to see where the deeper meaning is. I don't know, whatever interests you. I can't really tell you how to be curious because you are interested in completely different things than I. Your fingerprint is not the same as mine, and neither are your thoughts. So, if you want to get curious, I would suggest using my app, honestly. Curiosity Quench, I know this is like the 9th minute, but I made this for myself because I didn't know where to go. So now this is like a list of 1,000 different things, and if something sticks out to you, you can download this now. Click it, see what it's about, and save it to your list. And then you could even generate a plan here, or you could just go look it up yourself and consume content related to that thing only instead of scrolling. Now you can get a plan on Curiosity Quench. It works. Like it's helpful. I'm making it a lot better, so each piece of the plan has content associated with it, but you don't need to use my app. Yes, it may help. I'm just showing you what I think is a good solution for getting curious. When you scroll a list of a bunch of hobbies like this, things that are fun, things that kids would definitely be interested in, some of these things, like ice cream making. Man, when I was a kid, I wanted to make ice cream. I wanted to run an ice cream truck with my best friend. We didn't do that. I don't think I'd want to do that now, but it was inherently interesting. I was inherently curious about it. I would love to know how the ice cream is made, how they fit a ice cream making machine on a truck, how they service it, how does the electricity get there, how do they accept payment? Like all of these things are fascinating to me. All of these things have rabbit holes that you can go down, and that is what we're looking for, rabbit holes. Rabbit holes that maybe don't lead anywhere. Rabbit holes that maybe don't help us at all, at least it seems. But this is intentional searching. This is intentional curiosity. And following this, filling this part of your soul, is what brings back that childlike wonder for the world. And it is what allows you to enjoy ultimately more present moments and enjoy life more. I hope that makes sense. I know this isn't the most do this, do this, do this, and you will be like a kid again in your childhood wonder guide. But if you're still watching this by this point, it shows a lot. It shows that you have what it takes. Absolutely, you have what it takes to respark that in yourself if you've lost it. And I know that maybe that flame or that spark gets a little dim sometimes, even for myself. So remember to do things that are interesting to you. It's so basic because obviously we want to do things we enjoy, but most of us we just don't. Like we scroll on TikTok, and it's not our fault. TikTok's a heavily addicting app, but it's not meant to fulfill us. It's not meant to satiate that side of us that's curious for more. It's more or less just meant to keep us on our phones so the companies using these apps can make money. If you realize that and you realize you are in control, you have taken massive leaps and steps and bounds towards a more desirable future, I think. Um, so that's it for today. You want to reclaim your childhood curiosity, your childhood wonder, enjoy life a bit more again. Get curious. Be a curious motherfricker. It's the best thing I can say. And you can do that today. You can do that today by going for a walk without music or with music you really like, even that feels good in your soul. You can do that today by reading a book. Don't just and read a book that you're actually interested in. I forgot to mention that. Read a book you actually want to read. Don't read a book that looks cool to other people. Read a book that you want to read. I don't care if it's Robert Munch. I don't care if it's Teletubbies. Read whatever book you are interested in. It does not matter. If you're interested in it, read it. If it's anime, manga, read it, sure. Any book is a good book, especially when we're coming from a place of doom scrolling in an era of endless content overload. Any book is an amazing book. So read what you love, and soon you will love to read. And reading is like the ultimate entryway to curiosity, I'd say, and boundless attention, where you can focus more on things because you're not overwhelmed constantly, you're not overstimulated. So that's it for today. You can try Curiosity Quench, the app I'm making. This is the 260th day I've been making it. But I wanted to do something different today. I want to reach out to the people who want to kind of regain that spark again. I think you can. You can. I know you can. It's just a matter of effort. It's a matter of realizing that you're in control. And it's a matter of taking that control. Smally or small steps, but surely over time, fall off the track, get back on track, and eventually your track is just to be enjoying a lot of life a lot more again. So that's it for today. If you watched this far in the video, consider sharing with a friend who you think it may help, or just comment below how you feel about all this. I don't know. I hope this makes a difference. If it does in a single person, then we have done an amazing job. So thank you so much. I love you guys. Please take care. Check out the links down below if you're curious about trying the app. If not, go for a walk, touch some grass, or just stare up at the ceiling for like 30 seconds. Call it meditating. Why not? I don't know. It may feel good. Up to you though. You're in control. Thank you so much for watching this video and giving me your time. I hope I used it wisely. Okay. Goodbye. Take care. Take care. Take care. Take care of yourself.